Oh, bella. Però venite più qua. Qui così. È tutto un trip inceptional.
Tu sei mega arancione, lo sfondo lì dietro è stra blu.
Oh shit!
Vi osservo!
Oh mio Dio! Sotto la gonna no, schifosa!
Dai, ci arrestano!
There's people out there, people who inspire me, people look up to because I can see myself in what they do and whose mindset have helped me achieve goals and set high bars. And no, I'm not talking about gurus. I am Andrea Imperio and I'm glad to welcome you again in my YouTube channel. Today I'm stressing a topic I've been dealing with for a long time, and I'm saying stressing because I'll be stressing you with it. No pressure though. Not for real. That's something that messed me up bad in the past, and I think we all should be aware of it. So today we're having a conversation about who you surround yourself with. Everyone has peers or fellas or whatever you want to call them. People you spend time with, people you go on vacation with, people you chill with, you have fun with. And it's all good until, as a creative, your mind starts working differently than others. Your eyes see the world in different colors, and you start questioning yourself. You start questioning those around you. You don't know whether they are the right people to be around anymore. Your creative vision wants to be fat. And although moving as a solo traveler can make you grow as an artist, you still need someone to feed it. Someone who got food for your thoughts. This is J. Cole said.
I got food for the trust to suit your soul. If you see my tears fall, just let me be.
Ti dà serenità, cioè la gente della tua stessa cerchia comunque che condivide con te le tue stesse passioni sono quelle persone che quando torni anche a casa sei sereno.
In order to soothe your soul, there's literally nothing better than making your way to an airport parking lot rooftop just to skate, talk nonsense, and be foolish around the people who can be as foolish as you, who can bring out the real, unfiltered version of you.
L'ultima volta che ero allinato ero con Andrea a fare il video al Let's go! Aeroplanino! Vai figlia! Figa che aeroplanino!
Vuoi una mano?
Sì, floppa, sì.
Ti mancano le tette triangolari e ti cantano.
Fammi un urbano.
Ho iniziato a domandarmi, ok, io voglio raccontare la mia storia, ma come posso raccontarla? Come posso fare questa cosa? E in automatico credo che mi sono reso conto di essermi circondato di persone, di aver ricercato delle persone che condividessero il mio stesso pensiero, quindi il voler raccontare anche loro una storia che fosse un po' in linea con la mia.
Now, I'm not saying other friendships are bad friendships. They might be people who've known you for a lifetime, and you don't want to lose them. You don't have to lose them. But at the same time, you might want to just find other people to get creative with. You know, many times we mistake the meaning of creativity. We often focus on the outcome, the finished product. But being creative actually means flowing alongside one's ideas and mindsets, finding inspiration. So in other words, live in the process. You know what they say, it's not the destination, it's the journey that matters. And it's exactly it for creatives, ain't it? And still, you draw yourself a path which might appear like a cycle. But at the same time, you find yourself constrained by walls you cannot climb. outside of those walls, there's a world full of creative people, full of adventures, but at the same time, you just want to keep yourself inside the box by hanging with the same people, in the same places, just to feel somewhat safe. End of the story, you are the one who's holding it down. Now, you gotta find a way to break those walls. I discovered that what works for me is some kind of select and mask strategy. Yeah, just like in Photoshop. Let's say you have a photo and you want your subject to be just your creative life. So you decide to select the subject and mask out the rest. The subject is what, or in this case, who you want to focus on in order to achieve your goal. That doesn't mean that what was masked out just disappeared, right? I mean, it just still lies there. You can always go back at it, but it's just out of your focus right now. So you decide to mask out some friendships, and the subject that remains might be people you already know, people who might help you find the right circle. Other times you might find that you masked out everything but you. And there's no shame in being alone. It actually brings out your inner self.
Avevo difficoltà a circondarmi di persone che condividessero un po' il mio pensiero. C'ero molto individualista. Sarà anche che facevo uno sport che era individualista, perché comunque la danza è individualista. Per quanto condividi una cerchia di gente, comunque alla fine balli da solo. Però secondo me questa è un'arma a doppio taglio, perché sì che c'è il lato negativo, ma il lato positivo è che ti permette proprio di, quando trovi quelle persone, le trovi avendole cercate per bene. Magari non sono 200 persone, ma ne hai 10 fidate, o 5, o anche 2.
Didn't see the battle environment because we had labs before.
I-35 with the top down, quick to tell a hater they should get like me. Seem like everybody wanna be the boss, but it costs and these lames ain't like me. Drop a couple bands on the crypto fans, no make go. I ain't gotta tell them what it is. Tell them I'm a grown man, so you'll never fool me with the cap you be selling to the kids. Shorty, we the lords of the land, we wavy. Bad little mama tryna have a baby. In a coupe seat color like gravy. Children of the sun, why these so shady? Boss talk with the wolf pack, I ain't never looked back. Got a couple bands and I flip that. I be chillin' with my shorty, got the crib on karate. Keep up, little baby, that's a kickback. Kickback, 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 kickback.
When you feel like you're ready, just know that there's something extremely valuable on our side. And it's the internet. Yeah, I know, you know it's nothing new, but ask yourself, how many times did you actually DM the creative asking to connect? And I don't mean that, hey, I like your work type of thing. Nah, because in that case, that always leads up to a conversation lasting between 2 and 3 minutes, ending up with what? One new follower on IG. And we don't need that. Ask yourself why you got to follow that specific creative. What additional value they bring to you and your vision. And then tell them. I mean, man, we're creatives. Like, normal comments, they're just not meant for us, right? We're way more introspective than that. I'm not saying that you will suddenly surround yourself with people, but that's not our goal. Our goal is to be patient, and things will set up due time. You'll add one connection to your circle, then another, then you will start calling yourself friends, and you will find you and your vision fed by new, fresh people to tag along with. One of my favorite and most relevant trips, I did it because I met with a creative online, and I actually wanted to meet up with her. So we text each other. I asked her to come to her city, and she said generally yes. And some days after, I booked the tickets and I was in Serbia. Over there, I was finally discovering a new culture, meeting up with new people, making memories, connecting. And if you think about it, yes, it is that easy. My trip to Serbia also made me realize that you don't need a big circle, and sometimes traveling without a plan will surprise you with fresh and unexpected outcomes. It might be the start of a new creative journey, and I promise you do this and you will break the walls you built. You will find out that behind them, the path is not straight. It is full of turns you won't probably be able to see through. It might be frightening in the beginning, but where's the fun if you already know where you're going? It's not the destination, it's the journey that matters. And I am sure you will be able to share it with somebody you will connect with deeply.
I-35 with the top down, quick to tell a hater they should get like me. Everybody wanna be the boss, but it costs, and these lames ain't